Hi everyone, it's Raleigh, and today I'm planning my Hobonichi Cousin for the week of February the 12th. And I'm using a kit from Coffee Monster Co., of course. This was actually the kit from last February that I really liked, and so some of my favorites from last year I've reordered, and I've been using them again this year. And of course, I thought this would be the perfect one to use for this week. It does come with days of the week, but I think I'm just going to use these kind of simpler numbers. I really like the way that these look too. And I got some of the washi strips as well, so I think I'll use some of those on here too. And of course, this Wednesday is Valentine's Day. That's why this kit is so great. It's like, I love the it's got the hearts and everything, but it's got the chocolate theme, which I'm a big fan of chocolate. And Valentine's Day, actually, I love it, and I think it's a great time to celebrate all the good relationships in your life. But it's a little bittersweet. My grandmother, who I was extraordinarily close with, passed away on that day. So it's a little tough that it's on a holiday like that. But at the same time, it's nice to think of her and think of her in a loving way. And she also just really loved chocolate. So, and I do too. And so my family and I always try to make time to be together on that day. And I think we'll be doing the same this year. So yeah, I got some of these washi strips, and I really like using these. I do get the washi tape from Coffee Monster Co., but I like getting these. Just this year, I started getting some of the sheets of the different sheets they have to go to different themes for kits they have. It's handy for this, but also for when I'm doing the daily stuff too. So this is kind of the main one, and I like it. I'm going to put it down. I'm not sure if it might be too dark at the top, so I may change it out, but we'll start here. And I think with these ones, I just want to use them kind of during the week. So I'll just do a little shorter bit, and then I'll do something a little different for the weekend. Yeah. And this past week had gone well. February is my month for quality of life, little things I'm doing to try and improve things, slow and steady. Oh, and we'll put this big box here. So last week went well, as with most weeks, a few things that were unexpected, but and I think in some ways I didn't get quite as much done. I had a fair amount of momentum going into it, so I was hopeful that I would get a little more done, but given kind of, just that, each day throws something new at you. Put this down for the work. I think I did pretty well, and and it was nice to have a weekend again to see some family and friends. But I'm going to be carrying on this week with that theme for the next few weeks, and the quality of life is just taking time to do little things that I think will improve things, little things that bug you sometimes that you think, oh, I just need to tidy up my desk or go through my documents, and when you do them you think, well, why didn't I do it? So I'm just trying to pick a couple of those things a week. Just move that down because I'm going to put the Valentines in the second box underneath there. That's what I love about these kits too, is of course everything's coordinated, so it kind of makes it look more put together than it would be if it was just kind of me, which is nice. And I'll just put my arrows across. But the whole quality of life theme seems to be working, and it's not just about kind of things around, the home, but it's also, it goes into wellness and some of the finance stuff, and it's about not having kind of big changes, but just little things and consistency, and so I found this year that's kind of been working for me, which is why I've kind of centered the month around it. But a big part of it is, like I said, just giving yourself space that if things don't exactly work. And speaking of that, I think this is a little too dark for up top. I think I'm going to use a lighter one, but I do want to put this down as the divider. And a few days ago, I used my traveler's notebooks to kind of map things out. And I had kind of this different dashboard thing for these pages in mind. But I had a bit of a different idea. And I anticipated that I would be getting to this earlier than I am. It is Sunday. So I think I am going to do this one in kind of the traditional way that I do it. But I think I have kind of a bit of a different layout for next week, which should be nice. I've been saying that for a couple weeks, but that's kind of how it goes sometimes. Yeah, and I think I'll use this lighter one with the stripes up at top here. Kind of try and get it started sort of the right way. There we go. So yeah, I hope you have all been enjoying, and if you've been doing planning, I hope you've been enjoying what you've been doing so far this year. I really like the weekly, and I also really have started to use the daily more as well. And that's why I'm, using more space for kind of the documenting things, because I found that when I look at the week, I just want to get a sense of, okay, what is it that I want to accomplish? I do want to have space to kind of make notes about what I do each day, but I've started to use the daily. Previously, I really just used it for journaling, but now I use it. I kind of sometimes map out what I want to get done that day and sometimes time blocks. So I've kind of, I think, found a better balance between the two. So yeah, I think that looks good. And I had that little extra strip, so I put that up on the top right for the weekend. So we'll start to fill in some of these. So this is just work. Oh, and I just realized too, we're actually off on Monday because it is family day here. So we have a nice 3-day weekend, which is lovely. So work, but Valentine's Day. I'm also hoping to do a little day trip with my parents this coming Saturday, which will be nice. And I actually think I'll be seeing them probably for dinner Wednesday night, which will be good. I'd had a couple weekends previously where I'd been sick, and I really felt that kind of I hadn't seen anyone for such a long time. So it was really nice last weekend and during the week and this weekend to be able to get a few more things done. And I want to put that down because I actually have a meeting outside of my home office. I'm at home office most of the time, but I am actually going to be seeing a client face-to-face, which will be lovely. Trying to think what else. Oh yeah, I do want to do a little line to separate. And I just realized I'm tilting again. I always try and think when I'm doing these to keep everything straight, and then I start that way, and then I kind of drift off. There we go. Okay, so I think this is looking pretty good. And because I have kind of the full kit to use, I think I'll use a bunch of the labels down along the bottom and just kind of write them in. I'm just trying to think. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna put these across. So each column will just be kind of a list of things related to that area, either tasks I want to do or things I want to keep in mind. I have been, and even last week I was able to get a couple things done that I'd sort of been not putting off, but just hadn't gotten to. And it felt really good. I had a couple of days where I got quite a few things done, which was nice. And I always feel so good after I do it. It's just a matter of kind of getting the motivation to do it. But then I had a couple days, like actually Friday afternoon and Saturday, where kind of after that momentum and work was busy but good and getting a lot of things done, it was literally like I hit a wall on Friday afternoon. And I think, part of it is just that my body and mind were like, okay, you're done. You kind of have the adrenaline and energy to get through the week, but then it's almost like, somehow your mind and your body know that it's okay to stop now. And so you do, but it's a bit more abrupt than you'd maybe planned. Yeah. Okay, so I think those are looking pretty good. I'm trying to think what else. I've got this other washi. Oh, you know what? I'll use this over on this side because I want a column for, I'm not going to put next week, but I think I'll just put like future stuff because there's a few things I want to start getting to. And also then, depending on kind of what I get done this week, I can see if there's any specific things that I want to do. Because last week when I was doing a few things, I thought of a couple others that would be like not super time consuming, but could make a difference. But I didn't quite have a place. I can put them in the daily, but then I don't refer back to those a lot. So that I'll put them in maybe that future part, which will have upcoming appointments and things, but also if something happens this week and I'm like, oh yeah, it would really help if I did that, I can jot it down. I'm going to use a couple of these other extra labels that came in the kit, just as little frames. And there is Ren's little Tootsie. And it's been nice around here. I don't know if I'd mentioned it in a video or not, but so I'd had a cat who passed away early in the year, and then I recently got another one. Her name is Winona, and she is adorable. And kind of one of the best parts is that her and Ren are getting along really, really well. So it's wonderful to have her in the home. And I'm just going to put these dots down. The idea with the dots will be, I want to kind of at the end of the week have a look back at how many of these things I got done. Also, because in the monthly section in the front, not like the calendar, but I don't know what you call it, where you can kind of track things. I do have it for if I do finance, a project around the home, doing stuff around the home, or activities. And so this will help me I can just then transfer those over. Hi, Ren. You're very interested today. Well, her colors kind of go though, to be fair. The beige and the black and the white. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good. Oh, I want to put this here because it's on a different day than normal. I think because of the holiday. Oh, you know what? I might have to check that. It's probably the week after that it's moved. But I'll put that there for now. Oh yes, and I wanted to I'll probably go to my parents' place for dinner. I use the little house symbol for them. There we go. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Pretty simple and traditional for me, but I think it's something that I'll be happy to look at every day. Yeah, so I think it's just a matter of, oh, you know what, on the left side, I do want to do a bit of tracking, and I think I want to do like a mood tracker thing too. Mood and or energy level. But I'll first start by putting the headings on all of these. So I'll start with wellness. All right, I'm just putting the last one on here. So this will be future. Ren is still helping me. Yes, and trackers. That was the other thing. I think just a smaller version of like a list tracker. And then I'm kind of curious about kind of a mood and or energy tracker. So I think I'll put one of those on there as well. Oh, and I'll use these because there are some extra labels in the kit. So I'll put one of these at the bottom, and then maybe I'll put one kind of part way through. And yeah, I'll make sections for both of those trackers. I'll use this pink one. I'm not sure how, we'll put it here for now and see how it goes. I'm also excited because this weekend I placed another order with Coffee Monster Co. It's the only kind of sticker sets I use in this. So yeah, and so some were new things and then some were just restocks on other things that I've run out of. And then it just happened that I also saw that they had a new products launching as well. So I got a couple of those too. So it was a bit of a splurge, but that's okay. I'd set a goal in the monthly in the front where it's kind of got the daily tracking for monthly. I'd set a goal for January for things that I didn't meet, which was okay. And my sort of reward to myself for that was going to be, I think it was going to be like a subscription to one of the like movie channels and a manicure, and I didn't meet it, so I didn't do that. But which I was kind of debating. I could have done one of them. So instead, my little splurge was the Coffee Monster Co. stuff. I figure if I keep it to like ordering every couple of months, it'll be okay. But I also got a notice that the subscription that I get from them is coming too. So I'll have a couple orders coming in, which will be nice. All right, so I'm just going to make a list. I'm just going to do some basic tracking on things like coffee, sleep. Oh, I want to do probably just the activity and home. Home meaning if I spend like half an hour doing stuff around home. Oh, and no spend too. we go. So yeah, this will kind of be a simpler one. And I need a color just to separate out the lines for the days of the week. Hang on, let's see, I got my little chart in the front here. Yeah, 990. Hi, Ren. Okay, I'm back. I just went ahead and finished the tracker stuff and then put in this other one up top that I'm going to use as kind of a mood tracker. And then, yeah, in the bottom's the more traditional stuff. And, oh, yeah, I'm just going to grab the... It took me a second. I couldn't find this. Of course, the one that I needed to find, I couldn't. So, here we go. And, yeah, I think I'll just use one line. Kind of pretty. Hi, Ren. There we go. Yeah, and I like the way that this has turned out. I think it came out pretty well. All right, so now it's just a matter of filling some stuff in with Ren's help, apparently. And I'm back. I'm just putting in kind of one of the last things, a couple other small things to put in. I'll be going to the garden center. That'll be in Barrie. So that'll be a day trip. I do have to check about the garbage now that I'm thinking about it. I think it is Friday, but I'll check that. And yeah, and I'd also gone ahead and filled in some of the areas in the bottom. So pretty simple layout for this week, but I like it. And I really like, again, I really like this kit. I think it's really, really pretty. So, oh, I just want to, before I forget. Oh yeah, I wanted to make sure that got the new dashboard idea. So I want to use that. And then I want to do a video as well on the Traveler's Notebooks. So I hope you guys like this video and I will see you soon. Bye.